Call the November 25th Wiscasset Planning Board meeting to order. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes of the October 28th meeting.
So moved.
All in favor? One abstention. So the Holly Noble site plan review application for veterinary hospital.
Good evening, my name is Holly Noble, and I'm a veterinarian that's under contract to purchase the building at 161 Gardner Road and bring it back into service. It's been vacant for 3 or 4 years now, and I was hoping to bring it back to life as a veterinary hospital.
Do we have any questions from the board? Any questions from the public?
Are you planning to do large animals as well as that?
Unfortunately, I am a small animal veterinarian, so I'm going to start with that. Perhaps mixed down the road, and perhaps we could go with a large animal, but small to start.
Please have sheep in the lawn. That's so
That's
beautiful.
what the
It's
farm
so
across the
colonial.
street does.
For not having crossed the T's and dot the I's chairman with us tonight, how would you folks like to proceed? This has been a veterinary hospital, it never changed from being a veterinary hospital, and she would like to go forward as a veterinary hospital.
I'm happy that the Carl has talked to her and gone through everything that she needs. I assume it's all later.
Yes, I have one more document for you, the sewer capability from the wastewater treatment plant. He just gave me the document. May I?
Sure.
To him?
I saw in reading through this last night that she asked for a waiver for a whole bunch of the process, so I'm happy to entertain a motion from the floor. Where to go?
I'll make a motion to approve the project.
Are you approving the waivers first?
We've got to approve the waivers before we can approve the project. So I have a motion to approve the waivers. Any second to the motion? Any question on it? All those in favor? It's unanimous. With that being, with it not being a change of use, I'm open for a motion from the floor
I'll make a motion.
to approve the plan.
Project.
I have a second. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the floor? Take a vote on the motion to pass the project as presented, being it's going from a veterinary hospital to a veterinary hospital with all the same facilities. How does the board feel? All those in favor? So moved, unanimous. Thank you very much. Good luck. Welcome to town.
Thank you. I look forward to joining the community.
When are you gonna open?
Hopefully March. Yeah, that's the target date. But now that we've got this, we can close and go for it. So, thank you.
Congratulations. Michael Collins, Dan Dwyer, Dana Long. We see you again years later.
Can't beat us off with the dirty mom. First of all, we want to thank you for being part of the community. This January will be 2 years since we bought, we call her Miss Scarlett, but we bought Music Wonder House on High Street and have worked tirelessly restoring it, the integrity of historical preservation. We like being part of the community, and we have purchased the property where the seafood market used to be, Simpson's, and we want to proceed to do a restaurant with Maine brews brought to the, not brewed there, but brought to the property. And I don't want to say the word, but to give you an idea of the look we want is very farm, Cracker Barrel. Not, I don't want to say the chain, but, because I don't support chains, but the look, we want to keep it very New England and very rustic with the New England fence out by the street. And we're not going to be doing anything to the exterior of the building other than pretty lighting on the building, not neon, but just low light, solar lights that will shine up on the building. Inside would look like a barn with old farm tables and Windsor chairs, historical Windsor chairs, wrought iron chandeliers, and I just think it would be great to the community, and we'd like to be a part of it.
Anybody on the board have any questions?
On the, you have on here, town, water and sewer, you changed sewer?
Yes, sir.
You now you're in the town sewer?
We're not now, but as we get the
We
AOK.
can't do it until spring, because we can't do it in the winter months.
Right.
Okay, so the septic system failed,
Right, that's why we're hooking up to the, so,
so you're not town right now?
no,
We're having a company do it.
yeah. We won't be open until we get to hook it up to the sewer.
We're looking at April.
Yeah,
And this when you open up and have this changed over?
right,
That will be changed over probably in March. As permits provide and the state allows.
Then I was gonna say, there's certain time periods the state won't allow you to go on,
Right.
on state highways, which
Yeah.
that one is.
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're only allowed to do work on those roads or on the shoulders of those roads, so certain months. And it may be April before they allow
Right.
you to do it. Basically, they can't do anything until they have that.
We can do the inside as far as decor and what we're gonna do inside, refrigeration and so forth, but we can't actually hook the building up until permits allow through the state, say mid-March or 1st of April. Which is okay with us, because that'd be the last thing to hook up. Can I bring you, the site plan? And Big Al, every time I see you on TV, I think it's hilarious. So if we get this open, we want you to be the part of it. Thank you. And I didn't even have a stapler.
How much parking do you have?
62 parking spaces.
And how many seats in the restaurant?
We're thinking 52 to 50, to 62. Depending on how we build the bar, would be seating as well as tables. And if we go square tables versus round tables, would be less seating, because if they're connected, or farm tables, depending on what type tables.
What is the ordinance called for spaces
I
per?
thought it was, I was mixed up with it. But the two, one space for every two seats.
And you said you had how many spaces?
62.
Parking spaces.
So if they have 62 parking spaces, they go over
And your seating is what? You said 60?
up to 65, so they have almost 1 for 1.
Yeah.
They need 2 for 1, so they're way over, they have over capacity on the parking. They should be so successful to need more. Do we have to do a site plan visit? This is a pre-application. This is the first time we're seeing you on this project at this location, so we would have to do a site plan review.
Site walk.
Site walk review.
Okay.
Who, when, where would like to do a site plan review?
I can do it.
available, because the building is up, you're ready for a site plan at any
Right,
point,
yeah,
I would assume. I think because we're talking with alcohol involved earlier, we're gonna have to see what the property lines are, so there's gonna have to be 2 pins on each property line for us to be able to judge, setback distances, so as soon as that can be ready, we can have 3 members of the board. I'm sure we can get 3 volunteers to show up, so, I don't know if those pins are there, visible now or not, and I don't know if you guys know that.
We'll check, we'll have to check on that.
So we'll have fried chicken or steak ready for you.
We just wanna see the property line and the building.
All right,
If we can do it, as soon as you can get back to, which we don't meet again for like 2 more weeks. So if that can be all set up at the next meeting, I'm sure we can set up a site visit
Okay.
shortly thereafter.
yeah.
Would someone contact us, or would we just come to the next?
You're gonna have to go to the office and get put on the agenda for the next meeting,
Okay.
so that we can set the site
Okay,
walk.
Okay.
all right.
Anybody have any other questions, public or board members? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, Barrett Energy Resources, pre-application conference, Wiscasset Airport Solar Project. Please state your name.
My name is Stephen Barrett with Barrett Energy Resources Group. Thank you very much for having me tonight. I'm introducing to you, the board, the Wiscasset Airport Solar Project. The project is being proposed by Synergy Power, so I'm a local consultant working with Synergy. Synergy appeared before the select board at 2 meetings, the end of August and early September, to present the project just initially, and got approval to execute lease option with the town. And what the lease option does is it gives Synergy the opportunity to evaluate the feasibility of this project. So we're in the lease option phase, doing our due diligence, meeting with the community, filing initial applications and the like. The project is proposed to be a 10 megawatt solar photovoltaic facility, which would be on the east side of the airport. We require not only local approval, but state Maine DEP. Central Maine Power is very important to making sure we can do this project, and then also the Federal Aviation Administration. Any project on an airport in the U.S. needs to get approval from the FAA.
For the people sitting here who don't know east side, west side, where are you talking about physically doing this so that the public knows?
Oh, I'm sorry, at the Wiscasset Airport.
Yeah, where at the airport? I've seen the map, they haven't.
Okay. See if I can show. So it's off of Old Ferry Road, and the board has a packet here with a sketch, and so the runway, Chewonki Neck Road, is on the west side of the airport, and the solar farm is proposed on the east side.
How large is it gonna be?
It's 50 acres.
A solar panel?
Yeah.
Will that run the whole airport?
It will be, so the airport doesn't use that much power.
No, yeah.
So the electricity will go into the electrical grid. And it actually, the actual power could be purchased by a variety of groups. It could be purchased by cities and towns. So we haven't actually identified who will buy the power.
So this is a moneymaker for the airport?
So we'll have a lease agreement with the airport. So right now we have a lease option. So So we made a one-time payment, or making a one-time payment to the town, to the airport, to be able to explore the project over a 2-year period, getting all our permits and all of that. And then if we're successful, then we would pay an annual payment to the airport to be the landlord to host the facility.
What would the annual payment be?
It's $1,000 an acre per year, it's 50 acres, so we're estimating $50,000 a year.
To the town.
Yeah. So we're just, this is kind of just an initial meeting. As I mentioned, we met with the selectmen twice, and we provided the pre-application information for the planning board site board review. And just trying to think if there's anything else. As far as the type of system, it's called a single axis tracking system, which means that the panels follow the path of the sun during the day and then rotate back. And that's to maximize the production, particularly important in places like Maine, where the sun is not as strong as other locations. But that's an important part of the design.
Does that go this way and then this way?
No, it only goes one way. There's dual axis, which moves both seasonally to account for the height of the sun seasonally in the sky.
Very expensive.
But they're more expensive, they're less proven as far as operationally. But the single axis tracking, which moves during the day, has gotten to the point where it's very predictable, not maintenance headaches and the like. So that's becoming more standard.
Anybody else on the board have any other questions? This is just a preliminary meet and greet. Ed?
Ed Bolovarsek. Just for the planning board's information, I'm very concerned about the project. It was like 15 years ago, we had a guy come to town, going to do great things down at Mason Station, and it all collapsed to be nothing. So I'm very concerned about the project from a financial standpoint. How's it going to be financed? Are they really going to be able to complete the project? And what the effect is on the town, et cetera, et cetera. So I've been talking to the board, really trying to drive them to do adequate due diligence. Let's not make mistakes that we made in the past.
Thank you very much, Ed.
And we are trying to work with the town to answer questions. We met with Ed and another group of folks earlier today, and so we hear that some of the questions, and we're working with John O'Connell, the town manager, to provide information to the public. But since we're doing a project on town land, it doesn't work if the town isn't a partner in the project. So that's part of the due diligence, is making sure that we are doing our due diligence, the town is, and we're working together on this.
The company that you're an agent for, how big a company is it?
It's about 50 people, so it's not that big. They've been doing solar projects for the last 12 years. I met them on, my particular area of expertise is working on solar at airports around the world. And I met them working on the Indianapolis International Airport solar project, 25 megawatts. It's the largest solar project at an airport in the US. But there is a proposal for a project in Sanford, Maine, that you may have heard of. It's under construction now. That'll be 50 megawatts. So we're talking small compared to that one.
How many megawatts is this one going to be?
It'll be 10.
Where are you from?
I live in Concord, Massachusetts, grew up in Gloucester, Mass, and just work for myself as a renewable energy consultant.
Cool. Other questions from anybody? I speak on behalf of myself and not the board. I wish you well.
Thank you. So I guess if I could get a little feedback on kind of the next steps, I've reviewed the article, town article on this, and I believe we'd maybe set up Site investigation, we're not in a particular hurry, given the weather, impending weather, but I just wanted to make sure that I'm clear as far as my ongoing communication with the planning board as we proceed.
If I'm not mistaken, the next step would be for you guys to fill out a site plan review application
Okay,
and bring that back to the board, at which point when we have the application and we have the fee for the project,
okay,
town loves money. When we have that, then we can schedule the next step and have a site plan visit.
terrific,
Slowly go forward.
okay,
And address Ed's concern, because he's a smart guy for the town.
yeah, okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Other business. With that in mind, at 7:21 PM, I make my favorite motion. I make a motion, we adjourn. All those in favor, raise their hand. We're adjourned.